Hello everybody, this is CBR Hawk 1 aka Granite Hope, aka Justice McNeil. I am here to bring you another video debunking so much of the nonsense. Um, I'll just scroll up here just so you can see what I'm looking at. This is the FBI homicide tables for 2013, as you can see. And we're going to have a little bit of a talk, and we're going to do a little bit of simple mathematics. Let me delete that stuff. Um, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna test a lot of these theories that white racism against blacks is prevalent. Now, first of all, let me just say beforehand, because it needs to be known, I am racist against nobody, despite what liberals would claim that I debate with. All kinds of race baiting going on. If you're rational, you know what I mean. If you're a liberal, you also know what I mean, and you're going to get mad and call me a racist regardless. But we're going to look at some basic numbers here, and we're going to learn a little bit about mathematics. We're going to learn a little bit about conversion factors, just so that we can honestly test some stuff, and we'll do a little bit of Google searching as well, most likely, just so that you can get the percentages right. So, you guys are going to walk through this as well as I do, but Um, and then we're going to go through the homicide tables, and we're going to see some numbers. And you're going to see a lot of things that are absolutely horrifying and shocking because they completely contradict your positions. But without further ado, we're going to go through this. Now, basically, what we're going to be comparing is the likelihood of an individual to commit a murder against somebody of a different race. That is racism, correct? Ra- Crime against somebody of another race. That's one form of racism, anyhow. That's a big form of racism. So, we're going to do this. Now, before we can do this, we got to do some conversion factors. So, we're going to look up the percentage of black people in the United States and the percentage of whites. So, we're going to look at this. Let's see. Let's hope this is good enough to do that. Okay, so in our notes here, we're going to write all this down. Whites make up 77.7%. Let's go up to the top. Let's see. Okay. Hispanic and Latino Americans amount to 17.1%. Okay, but Hispanic and Latino, yeah, don't let this part confuse you because this is included in the white and black population. There's black Hispanics too, but we're not including Hispanics because the FBI doesn't include Hispanics, and it doesn't say the percentage of white and black Hispanics. But okay, we have African Americans, 13.2%. Say black, African American. I don't care. I don't get points for political correctness. Um. Okay, so we get. Let's see if I can do this right. Basically, if you divide these two by each other, which is a shortcut, you're going to get the white to black ratio. So we're going to go 17.7 divided by 13.2. Okay, and we get our result here. So, let me do that. Okay, here we go. Alright, so we'll just truncate it at the hundredths here. So, we'll just say 5 point. The ratio of white to black is 5.89. And this is important because that means in order to normalize, which normalizing a statistic, by the way, is just, um, it's like a conversion factor. You're making it equal so that you can do statistical comparisons. So, okay, we have that. So now we have the numbers that we need to work with. Now, the FBI's table is pretty clear cut here. Okay, so we're going to get the raw numbers out. We're going to go black on white versus white on black here. So let's go. So the number of white on black crime is 189 murders in 2013. 189 murders. The black on white murder is 409 murders, plural. Okay. Okay, so here's our notes so far. And as you can see, this is already alarming because keep in mind, blacks make up 13.2% of the population. They are responsible for twice the um, interracial murders with regards to whites and blacks. That's double this number. That's already alarming, but it's going to get worse. It's about to get way worse. So now, because you can't just take this number, so you got to normalize this 409. So you go, in order to normalize it, you multiply this by this. So 409 times 5.89. So we're going to see what we get here. If I can get this on here right. Okay, that's good. 409. Oops. What'd I do? Okay. Times 9. Excuse me for being a klutz. So this is 2,409. That's not right, is it? Yeah, actually it is right. Okay, so we go. So we'll just put this in parentheses. The normalized amount is 2,409. 09.01. Okay, so for those of you who are having trouble following, basically, if the black population were equal to the white population, if, say, these were 50-50, this would be the number of black on white murders, 2,409. So, okay. So now we divide this number by this number, and that's going to give us how many more times the black interracial murder rate is to the white interracial murder rate. So we go this time divided by 189. And you get 12.74. So here's the take-home note for this particular thing. Blacks commit 12.74 times the murder rate. And it's almost as bad with black on black crime, really. So, well, really, I should just say. Okay, so there's your take-home note. That's a word wrap this. As you can see, I'm not used to word processors. Okay. All right. So this is important because you see, with Ferguson, we get this feeling that blacks are playing the victim, but in reality, it's not that simple. Now, like I said at the beginning, I'm not a racist. Some of my best friends have been blacks, but it's important to understand something. This is not a race problem. And I know you're going to be confused saying that. I just spent all this time proving it, so it's not a race problem. No, it's a societal problem. What's happened is, um, ever since the liberals stopped segregating, they've taken a different method of control of the minority races, African Americans being a majority of those. They have forced a dependency, and they've put a fear of conservatives in these people so that they will vote for Republic or Democrats, excuse me. So they're essentially paid to be poor, paid to remain in these cities, with the abusive practices, and they get clumped up like this, and essentially they're taught a culture of hopelessness, blame, hate, and I'm not going to lie, some of it's their fault. A lot of it is their fault. But the reality of the facts is, if you don't report the actual facts, you're not going to fix the problem. I understand a lot of you are concerned, but this is the fact. What you're saying is not the fact. What the Young Turks is saying, that is not the fact. Find the facts and then fix the problem. Thank you all for listening.